All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Jodi there.
And Jodi and her disappearing voice and I are ready for another Lee Evans from his Monsters compilation or his Monsters stand-up gig or whatever. And we're looking at which one, Jodi?
Why I Don't Drink.
Now, when I saw this, I was like, oh, cool, because we don't drink ourselves. We drink water and that kind of stuff. We don't drink alcohol, and it puts us into a minority, vast minority. I can't tell you how many shows I watch where there's at least one, beer commercial or whatever, right? And that's fine. People are free to do whatever they want. We just don't. And so I read this title, I'm like, does he really not drink? Because you don't hear that too often, especially from celebs. Like, it's just such a big part of society.
It is. The fact that, sometimes we don't get invited to do things with people because they think we'll be offended if they drink around us.
Or will judge because they are.
Yeah, and we're like, we don't care. I go out with my friends all the time and joke around. They get their alcohol and I get a Shirley Temple on the rocks.
Extra grenadine.
Yeah, we could care less, but it is interesting what he's going to say. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next upload videos.
I dare you to do it. And if I lost your respect because I said we don't drink, you must be a new viewer because it takes a very short time for me to lose anyone's respect, period. So take that. Here we go.
Thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. God, blimey. Did you get a drink? Because I don't drink. I don't get pubs. They want you in there to have a drink. You have a drink and they throw you out for drinking too much. See, whenever I'm in the pub, I always think of that advert they show at Christmas. Have you seen it? The bloke walks up to the bar and the bloke behind the counter goes, sir, do you mind stepping out of the car and doing a breath test? Look, you've had 2 pints, you're over the limit. There's a 12-month ban and a criminal record. Hey, it's company policy. I've got to let you go. Oh, no, there's only 20,000 on the clock, but that's my final offer. Oh, that's just great. No license, no job now. What? And then he says, so what's it going to be? I'll have 2 pints of what you've just had, mate. I'll tell you what. Because you're off your head. Because that's how you end up when you're pissed, isn't it? You become all these different characters. You'll always see that bloke wandering around the car park of the pub on a Friday on his own going, hello, slag. I just want a couple of weeks break. But off, Dad. He's got his own AA meeting out there, I'm not an alcoholic. Oh, yes, you are. It's funny, you can only do that when you're really pissed, have a really good time, but at the same time, have a really bad time. You're like... Then you've got the lads' night out. You'll always have a bunch of blokes at the bar going, down in one, down in one, down. Because whenever pissheads sing, it's always that same tune. Down in one, down in one. And whatever they're going to do next, I'm going to the bog. He's going to the bog, go to the bog, go to the bog. I'm going up the bar. He's going to the bog, go to the bog, go to the bog. I'm going home. He's going home, going home. I'd like to see that bloke Gareth Malone from the series The Choir take on a bunch of pissheads, wouldn't you? Okay, let's try Yesterday by Paul McCartney. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Yesterday. Yesterday, yesterday. Have you noticed pissheads always want to sing about how you're getting home? Have you noticed that? You're going home in a fucking ambulance. It's all right if you're an ambulance driver, You're going home in a fucking ambulance. I am, actually. Do you know? Is that your psychic or something? It's always the same with pissheads. It's great all that singing about how you're going to get home, but they never offer any helpful travel options home, do they? You're going to catch a 903 to the station, then get on the mainline express service to Doncaster unless there's major engineering works, in which case you're advised to change to a road placement bus service. Women are just as bad. You ever see a hen night? A bunch of girls piss at their head, bashing each other over the head with a giant inflatable penis. What's that about? You never get a bunch of blokes on a stag do you? Bashing each other over the head with a giant inflatable vagina? I love the fancy dress hen night. You'll always get that girl turn up at the pub dressed as Wonder Woman going, Wonder Woman. 5 hours later, you'll see her bunged out the pub doing exactly the same, pissed out of her head, going, That's just the woman you wonder about, It's like that bloke who's all excited about going out dressed in a Superman costume. He's like, Superman! Yeah. 5 hours later, you'll see him behind the Chinese in exactly the same position going, is that a bird? Is that a plane? That's fucking carrots. See, whenever I see a bunch of girls out on a hen night, I always worry about the bride-to-be wearing a veil and nail plates. Is she really that innocent? All that bashing over the head with a giant inflatable penis makes you wonder if she's not seen a real one before, she's going to be in for a massive disappointment.
Whoa.
Point number 2, if she thinks that's how it's done, the groom's going to be in for a bit of a shock, isn't he? Go on, hit me over the head with it. You sure, love? Go on, hit me over the head. It's fantastic, isn't it? Not for me, love it, eh? I just got a sore soldier. I got a sore soldier here.
You wish.
Doesn't matter whether it's a stag do or a hen night. When drink's involved, you always end up doing something you regret the next day. Some pisshead gets in, his wife's like that. What do you think you're doing coming home at 5 in the morning? I've got to be up for work at 6. No, you never do anything you're proud of when you're pissed. I mean, Albert Einstein didn't come up with the theory of relativity on a lad's night out. He wasn't standing at the bar going, fuck hell, MC squared, MC squared, MC squared.
You never know.
It's always something you regret, like going to a lap dancing club. You'll always get a bunch of pissed up blokes full of testosterone in a lap dancing club paying to drool over something they can't have. You know, there's that woman in front of them on that pole going, do you want this? Are you gonna have a... Do you want this? Are you gonna have it? It's a con. Where else could that happen? You'd be really pissed off viewers up Greg's. You know, you just pay for that chocolate eclair and the woman behind the counter is like, do you want this? Are you gonna have it?
I want an eclair now, though.
No, to those pissed up idiots, she's just a bit of meat on a pole. Then later on, they stagger to the nearest kebab shop and do exactly the same. Stand there holding money, drooling over that kebab, going around on a f***ing pole. Do you want this? You're gonna have it. That was me sheep. That was me sheep.
I was wondering. Oh my gosh, that went by so fast.
That did. I can't believe that was 6 minutes. That's crazy.
I wasn't. So when we do these videos, I record the screen. So if we pause it, it's all
You
intact.
didn't record it.
No, I did, but
Oh.
I didn't think I did. So I didn't want to pause it in between. But I'm kind of glad I didn't because he is such an experience. Like whether it's 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, like. You don't want to stop him.
Yes.
Right? Not that we're actually stopping him. Can you imagine? Hey, can you wait for a second? I want to talk about what you're doing, and you can continue.
But he just go.
He goes. I love the voices, the different, like, things he does with his body and his face or whatever.
How does he move his body that way?
I don't know. His, like, little thing. Like, I can't do it myself.
Even his, like, leg to the side, like, lean back how he was walking. I was like, dude, I don't even know. It's like he's double jointed.
He's absolutely entertaining and crazy. But I was sitting there listening. One of the times I wanted to pause it was to ask the question. Did he say hen night? I've never heard of that phrase for a bride, not a bride shower, but what do they call that?
Party?
Yeah, bachelorette party. That's bachelor party or bachelorette party. It sounded like he'd call it a hen night. Never heard of that before. I mean, I guess if you say like the hen is coming out of the house or the hen house.
Or a
right?
him night. Partying before we get married to him.
Is it him or hen? I thought H-E-N. At first I thought he was talking about the red hen, that Rod Gilbert, that like dive place. I'm like, he knows about that place too? But he mentioned it a few times. And I think for the guys, he called it a stag night. I think I have heard that before. But usually when we say stag, we think of you're going on to a dance without a date.
Yes.
You're going on
Stag
your own.
means
So
you're going on your own. Mm-hmm.
On the open market, so to speak. You can dance with anyone you want.
Yeah. I don't know, like different terminology. There was some things in there that he said that like floop went right past my head, which was definitely more of a British culture, but it was hilarious.
His whole like impersonating the guy that's out in the pub like all drunk.
Oh gosh.
We see those kind of people, but the homeless people that are walking around, they just
talking to themselves.
They've been homeless for too long or been in the sun for too long or something like that because they're harmless. Never had any of them, even though they look kind of like they're arguing with themselves and they're getting angry. Had never had anyone ever reach out or do something. But yeah, they are like arguing with themselves, speaking out loud, yelling, whatever they're doing.
I think it's usually like some type of mental disorder.
Yeah.
Something like that, like schizophrenia or different things. But yes, you definitely see that, like they'll be talking to themselves. Sometimes they'll like be walking down the street as like you're going to shopping centers or whatnot. And yeah, you're like arguing with themselves. There was one time though when I was in Seattle. And Seattle and San Francisco have a major homeless community, and they're just like everywhere. And I was walking down Seattle with my sister and her wife at the time. And yeah, some homeless men just like started coming up to me and like talking to me and like wanting me to stop. And I kept walking and kept walking. And so my sister's wife had to like kind of get in between and like start walking. But it was a little bit like, what's going on here?
That's crazy. Usually they don't ever interact.
No, usually they leave you alone.
Well, let us know what you think about our reaction to this Lee Evans video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.
Goodbye.